This is Celebrity Thursdays. Every Thursday, we present you with another celebrity. Today, we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Sandra Bullock. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get informed. Hello, Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by Alux.com. Today, revealing some interesting, lesser-known facts about America's sweetheart, actress, and producer, Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock was born July 26, 1964, in Arlington, Virginia. After she received a drama degree in North Carolina, she moved to New York City, where she worked as a cocktail waitress and bartender while trying to make it as an actress. Her leading role in the 1994 film Speed took her career to the next level, and she's now one of the most successful actresses in Hollywood history. She's also an incredibly successful producer and is co-starring in the highly anticipated 2018 film Ocean's 8. There's no question that Sandra Bullock continues to be at the top of her game, even after 30 years working in the movie industry. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. So, let's take a closer look now at this influential A-lister with the 15 things you didn't know about Sandra Bullock. Number 1. She was raised in Germany. While she was born in the United States, she spent 12 years of her childhood in Germany and grew up speaking English as well as German. Her father met her mother, a German opera singer, when she was stationed in Nuremberg, Germany, with the United States Army. Sandra held dual American-German citizenship until she was 18 years old, and she reapplied for German citizenship back in 2009. Number 2. The Blind Side was the first movie with one female lead to gross over $200 million. Bullock initially turned down the lead role in The Blind Side 3 times before the director convinced her to meet the family the film was based on, and she was then so moved by the story and the real-life counterpart to her role of Leanne Tui. It became one of the biggest roles of her career as she earned an Academy Award for Best Actress, the Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Actress, and a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Drama. The film grossed $309 million, becoming the first movie with one female lead to gross over $200 million. Number 3. She first started performing in operas with her mother. Bullock was a talented child who studied ballet and singing. Her mother would often help her to get small roles in the operas that she was performing in, and Sandra also was a member of a children's opera choir at a theater company in Nuremberg. When she moved back to the United States, she began to get involved with school theater productions and continued on into college at East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina, where she earned a degree in drama back in 1987. Number 4. She wishes she had never made the sequel to Speed. In the early 90s, Bullock appeared in several independent films and even had the lead role on a short-lived television show called Working Girl, but it was her leading role in Speed back in 1994 that really brought her widespread attention in Hollywood. When she was approached to make Speed 2 Cruise Control, she agreed only to earn money to fund her own film, Hope Floats. Bullock was paid $11 million, but the film was widely criticized. She said making the film is one of her biggest regrets in her career. Number 5. Her net worth is over $200 million. We mentioned that Sandra was paid $11 million to make the sequel for Speed, which was a big jump from her payday for the original movie, which was only $500,000. She earned $1.2 million for While You Were Sleeping, and the following year her earnings jumped dramatically, with $10.5 million for In Love and War and $8 million for A Time to Kill. She earned $10 million back in 2002 through a syndication deal for the show George Lopez, which she produced. Thanks to a generous back-end deal, she earned $20 million for The Blind Side and $70 million for Gravity. This is just a portion of the income she has earned to accumulate a net worth of $200 million. Number 6. Her biggest box office failure was 2015's Our Brand is Crisis. The 2015 film Our Brand is Crisis was directed by George Clooney and starred Bullock and Billy Bob Thornton. The film, which was a fictionalized account of the 2002 Bolivian presidential election, massively underperformed at the box office, bringing in only $3.2 million its opening weekend, which was the lowest opening weekend of Bullock's career ever. It went on to only earn $8.6 million worldwide, against its $28 million budget. It was a double blow for Sandra, as she also acted as executive producer of the film. Number 7. An obsessed fan tried to run over her husband. In 2007, Bullock's then-husband Jesse James discovered a woman named Marcia Valentine lying outside of their Orange County, California home. When he tried to see what her deal was, she jumped up, ran to her car, and erratically drove toward James in an attempt to run him over. Police later determined that she was an obsessed fan of Bullock's, and she was trying to get her all for herself. This woman was eventually charged with felony counts of stalking and aggravated assault and was sentenced to 3 years probation. Number 8. Her husband cheated on her with several women, including a stripper. Her seemingly happy married life dissolved when she discovered her husband of 5 years, bike shop owner Jesse James, had engaged in multiple affairs, including an 11-month-long affair with a model and stripper named Michelle McGee. She announced that she had filed for divorce and admitted to being sad and scared. The couple was actually in the process of adopting a child at the time, and Sandra decided to go ahead with the adoption on her own. She has now adopted 2 children, Louis and Lila. Number 9. Her highest-grossing film was Minions. When asked to list Sandra Bullock films, Minions probably isn't the first one to come to mind, but it was her most successful film at the box office, with $1.1 billion worldwide in ticket sales. Minions has the distinction of being the 50th highest-grossing film of all time, the highest-earning non-Disney animated film, and the 2nd highest-grossing animated film overall, and it was also the most profitable film in Universal's history. Number 10. She bought a $22.9 million home in Beverly Hills back in 2011. Bullock has purchased a number of properties in Texas, New Orleans, and California, but her most impressive purchase is arguably the $22.9 million estate she bought in Beverly Hills back in 2011. The home has 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a library, a gym, staff quarters, a swimming pool, a 4-car garage, and incredible views of the city of Los Angeles, which you can learn more about by clicking in the top right corner to watch our video, The 15 Things You Didn't Know About Los Angeles. Number 11. She has produced a number of her own films. Since 2000, although she's still appeared in a few films, her main focus has been producing. She established her own production company called Fortis Films. The first film she served as executive producer for was her 1998 film Hope Floats, and she's produced a number of her other films, including Miss Congeniality, Murder by Numbers, 2 Weeks Notice, Miss Congeniality 2, The Proposal, and Our Brand is Crisis. Number 12. Her stalker killed himself after a confrontation with police in 2018. In 2014, Sandra had the frightening experience of encountering a stalker right outside her bedroom door. Joshua Corbett broke into her house, and Sandra said he claimed to be her husband. She quickly locked her professional-grade security door in her bedroom and hid in her closet and called the police. He was sent to a mental health facility, but when he was released last year, she was very fearful, and rightfully so. She got a restraining order that prevented him from being within 200 yards of her until 2022. In May 2018, he broke the terms of his probation, and when police went to his Los Angeles home to arrest him, he barricaded himself inside and threatened to harm them. However, he then went on to shoot himself and died on the scene. Number 13. She donated $1 million to the American Red Cross 5 different times. Whenever there is a major disaster, you can count on Bullock to come through with a generous donation. Her favorite charity is the American Red Cross, and she donated at least $5 million over the years, with separate $1 million donations following the September 11th attacks, the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami, the Haiti earthquake, and the 2011 Japanese earthquake and tsunami, as well as the 2017 Hurricane Harvey in Texas. Number 14. The Mercedes-Benz GL 550 is her preferred vehicle. Sandra has a few different cars in her collection, but the one she's most often seen driving is her luxury Mercedes-Benz GL 550 SUV, which was the first 3-row, 7-passenger crossover German SUV. Her model cost around $100,000. On the other end of the spectrum, she also owns a $40,000 Prius V. Other cars in her garage include an Audi A6 wagon and a Lincoln Navigator. Number 15. She is the 29th most profitable movie star in the world. Sandra's films have grossed a collective $5 billion plus worldwide, which puts her among the ranks of the most bankable movie stars in the world. And her $2.5 billion in domestic gross in the US market makes her the 21st top box office star in America. She also has 14 nine-figure box office hits, including Gravity, Speed, The Proposal, The Blind Spot, The Heat, and The Lake House. And there you have it, Aluxers, some interesting, lesser-known facts about Sandra Bullock. Now that you've learned some more about her, we'd like to know, what's the first Sandra Bullock film you remember watching? Let us know in the comments. Still here? Of course you are. Here's a bonus fact just for you. Number 16. She dated Ryan Gosling when he was 21. After co-starring in the movie Murder by Numbers, Sandra Bullock dated Ryan Gosling from 2002 to 2003. Even though he was 21 when they began dating and she was 37, it wasn't the age difference but the pressures of their respective careers that drove them apart. In fact, Ryan actually said that she was his first big love and it was hard to find a girlfriend that would match up to her. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.